Welcome everybody to Phandom Knights, where we break down pop culture one fandom at a time. Today we're talking about The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Season 1, Episode 6.
One world, one people.
Three, two, one.
Intro.
Just once I want to see you put that in where we're all just
He did.
I have in every video that we've done it.
Right. What's up everybody? I'm Chris.
I'm Dustin.
And I'm Sherman.
And let's get into this. The season's done. Should we talk about the episode or the season as a whole, or go through and a little bit of everything?
I think we're just going to dive into
Go
Talk about the episode first.
Yeah.
episode first, then let's talk about
Okay.
the future implications.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but the opener for this was shorter than the rest. You know how there's always a little opener and then it shows Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
It was just Carly saying one little phrase and then boom.
Yeah.
Because all the rest, it's always been a 5-minute opener. Usually.
Yeah, and it's always like you're halfway through the show.
Oh yeah,
because
I think it was just the previously and then Carly doing that. And...
Right, and then it was boom right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, but what about that? I think the first thing we have to talk about is Sam's epic entrance. And seeing that suit.
You look disappointed.
I was, just because it's from the comic books, all that stuff, but the suit just doesn't make any practical sense. I'm like, that is a concussion waiting to happen. His skull's gonna get split open. There's a whole, it's just blank up there. What I mean, again, it looks cool.
Well, he hasn't had anything prior to that either.
I know.
With his suit.
I know.
What bugged me, it wasn't necessarily the concussion issue.
I just think he needs a helmet. That's all I'm saying. I cared for his safety.
I was more bugged about the fact that it goes around his mouth and everything, and then the top was open,
and his ears just stick out. So I don't know. Dustin's I thought the suit was sweet.
Literally, the suit was awesome. You guys are just tearing it down.
No.
It's
Literally,
you guys are disrespecting Captain America.
The head part was just
the
weird.
head part was my only issue.
It was just weird.
I totally agree.
If he had the same head part, but then put a helmet on over it, okay, all right, yeah, he's protected.
I think that would
now.
look weird, but
yeah, I know. It would.
I think if they didn't, if he just had the goggles instead of
so he doesn't catch a cold, too, or what?
There's one of my favorite YouTube videos is this little 10-second long thing, and it's a skateboarder flying down a hill. He has a helmet on, and he goes whack, and his head hits the pavement, and he gets up, and he's like, I love helmets, and that's it. And I'm like, yeah, you need to wear a helmet when you're doing all this dangerous stuff. You're lifting trucks, and you're doing all this crazy stuff.
Okay, besides Captain America and obviously Iron Man, but who else wears a helmet in?
Well, the other ones are super powered beings, and that's the other thing.
Thanos even takes off his helmet.
He has a helmet,
but he takes it off because he's whatever, I don't need this.
But he has one. Thanos even... Okay, so Thanos needs a helmet. Sam Wilson...
He doesn't need a helmet. He literally takes it off.
Thanos, an all-powerful god, no helmet.
He also takes off his armor.
All-power Sam Wilson, nope.
A normal human being with some, cool
vibranium jetpack.
No helmet. Nope. He's flying 200 miles an hour through the air.
I was expecting...
He ran into that ship. He ran into cement.
Tubes.
Yeah.
Anyways...
I was a little upset that his suit didn't have the whole vibranium out or the kinetic stuff that Black Panther stuff had.
Right, it was from Wakanda. Maybe it does. We just don't know.
I don't think maybe it has that special ability where it what is it called? Pushes out the kinetic force.
Stores kinetic
energy. It stores and then right.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't have that, but it definitely does absorb it for sure.
I was just disappointed from our last episode where he didn't get a super soldier Wakandan serum or something like that. It's just cool.
I actually like that better now.
Yeah.
That
I do like that he's
ending, speech that he gave.
Yeah, I do like that he's not super powered, and I get what they're going for. But you're doing a lot of crazy stuff. You kind of gotta. I don't know. It's you're suspending my disbelief.
I think
quite
this
a bit.
vibranium suit puts him in a better position.
Yeah, and it has a lot more
the
tech
shield,
and the shield, and but it's still just you're just a little person. You're like a little bug inside a armored suit. You could get squashed or boiled or burned.
Hey man,
I feel
cockroaches.
the same way about Tony Stark though too.
Yeah,
he's just a little bug in a little suit.
That's a good point. Never mind.
Yeah,
but. Tony Stark has a helmet on. That's I guess my issue is with the helmet.
Jeez, man.
Your helmet is called your cranium.
I guess.
Top bone layer that covers your brain. That's the helmet. So the next thing, Sharon, how just absolutely, like, just crazy. She's just going off, just killing people with, like, that mercury vapor and stuff like that.
Crap.
And that was a super soldier and just totally melted his skin away.
I know, and they're in the middle of this battle, and everyone's like, what happened to him? And I feel like everyone was just kind of like, we're going to deal with this later, but we got to finish what we're doing right now.
They don't show that guy was a super soldier, had the serum.
He was.
I know, but they said in the
He was a flag smasher, so was he the... I'm trying to remember his face.
All I kept thinking was, this guy is way too big to be in the military.
Was he long-haired?
No, that guy was bald.
No, that guy was different. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the guy that got, like,
the long-haired guy.
Poison-faced.
The long-haired guy is the guy who blew up at the end.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, she's just merciless. And killing people, I mean, kind of just like John Walker did and the others. I mean, not as brutally with a symbol, but she's doing the same thing. I mean, yeah.
Carly has this little speech with the three remaining flag smashers.
Yeah, the other three.
And she's like, if it goes sideways, we'll just have to kill the hostages, and just totally turning evil. And the other guy and the other members are just like, yeah, I don't really want to do that. And she's like, one world, and then they don't answer.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, there's some tension there.
Here. Yeah.
So obviously, they were not on board with that.
When she says one world and nobody says anything, she's like, what?
One world. Yeah.
One world. 1 versus 3 super soldiers. Carly would lose. Sorry. Carly's not even that good of a fighter.
Yeah, I think it's just all falling apart for her. I mean,
she's losing it. Yeah,
she's losing her mind, and she's.
Well, I don't know if she's losing her mind. She's just so devoted to her initial plan that she can't see that things have changed a little bit.
She's losing her moral compass.
Right.
The more and more it goes on.
Yeah.
I think John Walker did gain a little bit of his moral compass back in this episode, though.
Yeah. So maybe this is a question for later, but what was the Flag Smashers? What was the reason they were so mad? I mean, I know, but I'm just trying to like put it in simple terms. Like,
so they were used to the world with the blipped people gone, right? Mm-hmm. And during that time, the entire world put aside, racism and all this other different stuff, and came together and literally kept the world together and running. And so when everyone came back, it was just total chaos, and it was reverting back to the old ways. And so she wanted to remain that whole united one world,
and I get that without borders and all that stuff, but
right.
For me, I guess on the surface, I was just thinking like, oh, she's mad. Not really for this, but because when all the people were blipped away, all the remaining people got all the resources. They got nice houses now, or what? Just not that it was only material stuff, but that's a part of it. Where they were just getting all this free stuff all the time, and there was an abundance of stuff, and now they're having to like share everything. So it's like, no, I don't want to share, so I'm going to blow you up. Like that's like on the surface what it looks like, but I get that makes a little bit more sense, and that's what's cool about the show is it's nuance. Like you can look at just. Oh, they just want to blow stuff up because they want free stuff. Or you can look at it like, no, we want to create a society. And I don't know.
And that's why they had so many followers, even in the highest forms of government, because they were there when that time was united and they knew the difference.
They saw what it looked like.
Right.
It's almost like someone, this isn't a good example, but like in World War II or something, how the whole country was just united against this one thing. Like we're all together or going to the moon or something like that. Like I remember a story of like a janitor being asked like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm helping someone go to the moon because he's cleaning the facilities, and it's like everyone's united in this goal, and now everyone's back and everyone's just like, oh, let's be racist again or whatever.
Let's be racist again.
Remember racism? That's a thing still. Oh, okay.
Changing, just reverting back after 5 years. Be like, like my neighbor for the last 5 years has been black, whatever. And then like the second the blip gets undone.
Yeah, imagine all the like even personal growth that you go through in 5 years. Like me 5 years ago, like to me now, like we just wouldn't be as compatible.
Dude, absolutely.
Yeah, so someone who's lived for 5 years and then someone who just gets blipped back exactly how they were. Yeah, I mean, that's on a personal level, but on a worldwide level, I can't even imagine.
Right.
We should really sit down and talk about all the implications.
The blip.
I know, that's got to be an episode. So the next thing is the Flag Smashers are taking the GRC members hostage and got them in those vans or whatever. And all of a sudden John Walker comes strolling out. Carly Morgenthau just starts going to town and starts beating. It's kind of evenly matched. It seemed like for a while. I mean, towards the end he was getting beat up a little.
That's bit. This is the scene where he like sees his Medal of Honor right there. Just in case you missed the post-credit scene, Medal of Honor.
I don't know what that symbolizes because obviously he looked at it and then he kind of like freaked out a little bit.
I don't think that's not a Medal of Honor though.
It was one of his.
It was a Medal of
Valor. I guess I don't.
I'm curious if it was one of Lamar's medals.
Oh,
ooh,
jeez,
that's deeper.
To have
so
much deeper.
Have like a reminder
I didn't
of
even
like
think of that.
A reminder of what to fight for.
I'm gonna have to look at that post-credit scene. I wonder if he like took it out of a box or something.
I don't think he did, but like because they only
show
him
like
like
true. That's my headcanon now. Like that's way better.
That makes me like him a lot more.
Oh, he's fighting for his buddy. Like,
well, not just that, but his buddy was the one who was like, "You've always made the right choices. You've always been like done the right thing in battle."
Oh man!
And just think about it. Like he had his shield when the truck was about to fall, and maybe he didn't show it on camera, but what if he looked at it one more time? And that's why he threw the shield down. Like I know what I got to do, and I got to save these people.
Dude. Man, that's again. It's not even true.
Because honestly, I think he does look down or looks at something because he's like he does think about it for a moment, like what to do.
Episode again. That's good.
I think John is going to be manipulated for bad purposes, obviously, with Val and whatever that future holds.
Yeah, he's probably going to be tested a lot and pushed towards like questionable decisions.
Right.
But I hope that. I mean, he's not. Well, I don't know.
Because right now he's got his confidence back. He's like, I'm back. Like I'm not Captain America, but I'm the U.S. agent.
After thinking about it, do you guys think that he was in the wrong still killing that guy? I mean, he was innocent and it was in cold blood a little bit, but I don't know. He was part of a terrorist group, and like our military now does stuff like that.
If you have an opportunity to capture someone opposed to kill them, then yes. Yeah. He was not directly threatening his life in that moment. Right. So, therefore, yes.
He was wrong in that moment. I agree with that.
But, again, like, I forgot who said it. Oh, Val. She was like, if there was no cameras around, like, I'm sure the government would have loved if you killed them all. Like, that would have got rid of all the terrorists and stuff like that.
I mean, messed up as it is, it's kind of true. Yeah.
Like, the only reason they were so mad was because it was caught on camera. That's the only reason. And if it wasn't caught on camera, it wouldn't be no big deal.
And, I mean, I honestly feel like it still would have been really bad, but, like, if he shot him or something like that, like, it would have been bad because, Captain America shot a guy, but because it was, like, a blood-soaked shield and the imagery of that, like, man, okay. I don't know. Yeah.
It was deep. So then, Bucky comes in and starts helping John Walker fight the Flag Smashers off and kind of have a little tag team action.
Oh my
there.
god,
that was a pretty cool scene. And I liked how when Bucky gets thrown off the ledge, I'm like, oh crap, he's gonna get like impaled or something. I thought that was his like death scene. I'm like, that sucks. And then he just superhero landing from 100 feet and like,
right?
Yes.
106-year-old knees just absorbing it.
Yep.
I'm getting too old for this.
So we did miss that part where Sam saves that helicopter pilot and like gets like that first initial like everybody's on the bridge like looking at him. Kind of made me think of like old school Spider-Man.
Yeah. What did that remind me of?
Yes. Yeah, I like how the old guy was like, "That's the Black Falcon," and then the other guy's like, "No. That's Captain America." And I'm just like, oh, yes. No, he needs to wear a helmet.
Yep.
And you can see. So yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about the pilots?
No, I thought it was really awesome. Just like how even though like he had to like chase down the other helicopter, like he still took the time to like go back for the other guy.
Right.
Dude, but seeing like Red Wing like right off the bat just like capture the other like the co-pilot.
Oh yeah.
Is this the scene where he like dives through the air helicopter?
No. This is the first one because Red Wing like pulls the co-pilot out of the helicopter and then Sam just like rips the other guy out.
Yeah.
So then
after the superhero landing is the fight with the helicopter.
Yeah.
So the next note that I have is that Sharon was holding Carly at gunpoint. And then this is kind of where we discover that Sharon is the power broker.
Yeah.
Which I called.
Which she is, but she never says it. Carly says it, like, and implies it, not even just says, you're the power broker.
Carly does say it.
I know, but she's like, she says something like, I never knew the power broker would do this, or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know, but the way she covered her tracks.
It's her, but it's... What do you guys think about the reveal that she's the power broker?
I definitely do think there is someone that she's working with still.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
But she definitely is the power broker. That's been my kind of theory all along.
Yeah. Like I said, they could have just introduced some random new person, but the way it was setting it up, the whole series, I'm like, yeah, Sharon's got to be the power broker, especially like with the amount of money worth of like art and just different things she has in her apartment. Like, okay, there's no way you're not very powerful right now, because no just random spy would have all that stuff in their apartment, you know, or in their base.
So I guess if we're talking about Carly, we should just skip kind of right to the end credit scene where she's has that phone call like after she gets what do you call it?
Oh, she gets pardoned.
She gets pardoned by the government or whatever, and then she goes outside and makes a phone call, and she's like, "We're gonna have government secrets. We're gonna have like new tech,
weapon prototypes."
Right.
Yeah.
So who is she talking to? My personal theory is that I think she's talking to Val.
Yeah, that makes the most sense, because they're both kind of on that shady part of the law.
I guess I didn't even think about that. But
I think that's my theory.
What bugs me about that whole scene, though, is the senator was like, "We're offering you a pardon, like, if that's something you'd like." And I'm like, who turns that down?
Nah, I'm good.
No. You guys can just arrest me because I'm standing on U.S. soil.
Yeah, please just take me away.
We're offering you a pardon. No.
I want to go to jail, please.
Thanks.
Either take this free pardon or go to jail right
thanks,
now.
But no thanks.
You drive a hard bargain.
You drive a hard bargain.
But I think I'll take freedom. So yeah, before we learn that, Sharon kills the Bertrov, and then Carly shoots Sharon, which takes a bullet like a champ.
Bertrov? You can't pronounce
it said Bertrov on the subtitles.
Oh, did it?
I thought it was Batroc, but
I could be wrong.
Maybe how I just heard it. But yeah.
Oh,
maybe that's just how I heard it, and that's how I wrote it.
Is this after? This must be after the fight scene with Batroc and Sam. Like
that was the beginning scene of the episode.
That scene just bugged me. How long he was up? Like, there's hostages. There's all these like time sensitive things, and you're up there just like battling this dude for like 10 minutes.
He tried to get an opening, and then he did.
I know. It's just it feels like it took and he's sitting on the phone the whole time, like talking to everybody, like as he's fighting them. I'm like, you can't take 2 seconds to just push him away and go. Like he did that in the end, but like just do it a little bit quicker. I don't know. It just bugged me.
What I loved about that early fight, though, is when like he actually got the chance to like stomp down on the shield and like hit him in the face.
Yeah, cool.
But then like just immediately, boop, done. Yeah. Let's go.
I love how he just throws the shield, breaks the window, and then runs and chases after.
That was super cool. Yeah.
I was like, I hope we see
I was worried about that.
Captain
I was like, what do you? Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, you just threw your shield out the window. Oh, okay, cool.
He's going after him. He's playing fetch with himself.
Yeah. That's the hard part with like even Captain America with Steve Rogers and stuff. Like every time he throws his shield, I'm like, hopefully it comes back. And he does, but
you're gonna have to go get it.
Especially that one scene in Endgame, where he's fighting himself and they both throw the shield at each other and the shields just fly away. You're like, well, hopefully they land in the exact spot where those things landed, because otherwise you're not getting your shield back. This is very convenient. But
it'd be funny if they like when they're fighting, because they're fighting like on the 3rd floor, and you know how they like fall all the way down. Yeah. If the shield stayed there, and after they fight, he's just like.
Exactly. That's
I gotta go get my shield.
Like,
takes the stairs. Like, that is America's butt. Batroc. So the Carly and Sam fighting scene. Excuse me.
That was him. Thank you.
Whoa, Chris. What's going on there?
Getting texts.
Put the phones on silent.
I specifically put down that this gave me the I can do this all day kind of like vibe. Yeah. Like when he stands back up, he's like, all right, let's go.
I thought he was going to say
just
it.
Like, no.
I was hoping he would.
I was hoping he wouldn't.
Or do his own little spin on it, like I could do this forever.
Yeah, right. That all you got?
Or since it was nighttime, I could do this all night.
That would have been funny. Actually, do this all night, man.
I love the dialogue that really got me in that scene when they were fighting was when Sam sympathetically says, like, Carly. Just like, Carly, like, what are you doing? Like, stop. Like, disappointed at just doing this
I
all
love
wrong.
that he was so adamant about not fighting back.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what Sam was trying to do for Carly what Steve did for Bucky.
Right.
But they didn't, I mean, they don't have that close
No,
relationship
they don't.
either,
But he
so
was trying to do something
yeah.
similar to that, like show you that peace is the way.
But like, how do you just keep taking super soldier hits?
He has a suit of vibranium.
But I mean, like,
without a helmet.
Oh gosh, the helmet.
The correctly placed just dink on the head would knock him out, and the
it
whole
would
thing
kill him potentially.
Exactly. She's a super soldier. She could probably like.
Steve's helmet wouldn't have done nothing anyways. It was a piece of leather, dude.
It's better than nothing. I don't know.
So next on Phandom Knights.
I'll stop talking about that.
Oh man.
All right, so Bucky, the funny scene, Bucky and John when they use the Flag Smasher app to get the other three people.
That was awesome.
I forget the quote, but the Abraham Lincoln quote.
Yeah.
He says. He's like,
Lincoln, really?
It's a good quote. Not when you say it though.
Good quote. Good man.
So then we see that Carly dies for her cause. Sharon
just pulling the trigger.
Bah, bah, bah. Just boom, go down.
Which also more than one shot. Like,
so,
well, I mean, even this is bad, but like police are trained to like empty the clip. Like if there's a threat, you just shoot until it's done. Like that's so. I mean, was in different law enforcement agencies, so she has that same training. But
it had nothing to do with the training.
Yeah, right. No, I know.
With the fact that it was only 3 shots.
The fact that the only reason
I don't think
she
shot her is because she knows that she's the power broker.
Right.
So she needed to shut her up.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm like, Sam was just happened to be there. That was a coincidence that she saved his life.
Yeah.
So she was just being selfish.
She would have shot her no matter what. If she had a chance.
Oh yeah.
She's basically the next Zemo, because Zemo's that same way. Just super soldier, I'm killing you no matter what.
He gets the last laugh, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Then we get Sam's amazing speech.
Oh yeah, I love that speech. I just love how Isaiah just kind of visibly just approves of the speech and everything he's kind of stand for.
So part of me, like, when he walks over to the press, I was legitimately thinking that, like, the senator was going to be like, thank you so much for saving us. I'd like the shield back, please.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to happen. Like, something like that was going to happen.
And then he's like, no.
I'm like, I'm Captain America now.
Yeah. You're just claiming that? Okay. All right. The speech was good. I kind of wish that it, like, hit a little bit better. I don't know. There was just it was like almost perfect. It was like 99%, but it's just like I don't know what it was.
What was missing?
I don't know what was missing. It didn't have like the they can take your lives but not your freedom element of it. Like it was all there, but it just didn't have like a tagline or something to like, oh, that's what the speech was about. Like I don't know. And just thinking about it too, like especially with all the stuff going on in the world, like it was a good speech and exactly what is needed, but like there's no concrete like this is what you should do. It's basically just do better. Just do better. You need to do better. Well, there's all these things. There's all these different things. Like, what do you mean do better? And where the senator's coming from, I completely get too. Like, but so I don't know. It's just kind of a hard thing. But I like that Sam is like willing and able to be the beacon for like
change.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the plan is to do better, but like there has to be something. I don't know.
Right. Well, again, you can't know all the answers ever, too.
Especially in that moment.
It's just a one day at a time type of thing.
Yeah.
I like that we have a modern Captain America now, and like didn't have a problem dropping the word shit on like national television. You got cameras surrounding you, and you just drop it like
he did it like
language.
Yeah, I know. That's all I could think. I'm like, all right, I get it, but come on, you're Captain America. I don't know why.
I mean, because Steve Rogers does drop like one like bad word.
Yeah.
I just really liked the reaction that it showed from Bucky while he was giving the speech. Just kind of just like just so humbled and just honored that like yes, he's finally taking that mantle. Yeah. Just proud of him.
Yeah.
And then Bucky when he calls Sam Cap, like it's good to have you, Cap, or whatever he says. Oh, it's just friendship goals all the way. So yeah, I put in repatriotism and resettlement will change. Like they're the repatriotism and resettlement acts that they were doing or something. It's gonna change and be taken away. Because I think they were trying to build more borders and stuff like that, but Sam kind of convinced.
I think they were trying to rebuild borders because like
So what's the end result of the show then? That it's just a one world government now still?
I doubt it.
I mean, there's still going to be borders,
right?
So
realistically, and I've been thinking about this, there has to be borders,
right?
Because like. I mean, how do you sustain a nation or like a world? I guess.
What was? Maybe I'm just not remembering because it is kind of convoluted. But what was the vote about that they were trying to stop?
The Resettlement Act, like
resettlement,
having military troops resettle people whose essential homes were taken during the blip. Oh. So like when they blipped back. And like other people,
back.
Well, would you get your house back, or like the person who's been living in your house for the last 5 years? Like, are they homeless now, or like,
or are you homeless?
So the vote was kick all those people out and you get your house back. Was that what it was?
It's either that or the people who blip back have to like get resettled into new homes.
Right. And then they get put into camps until they wait for homes and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure because they said something.
It's either that, camps. Yeah, it's one or the other. So like the people who
it's just interesting. Not that it matters that much, but it's just interesting to me that like the central problem of the whole show, like we don't even know, like because it's kind of convoluted.
No, I get it. I just don't know which side it's on because I don't know if it's the people who blipped away or the people who stayed.
Oh, okay.
Because one of those groups have to be resettled.
Yeah, it's the people who blipped away wanting their houses back.
I think
I'm pretty
they
sure
have
that's
to
what
be
it is.
resettled,
yeah.
So it's like, no, we want everything to go back how it was. So I want my mansion back, or I want my whatever country back, or
See, that makes more sense. Where like the GRC are putting the people that have been there first, essentially, before the people who have blipped back. I think that was probably part of Carly's like angst against them too.
Yeah, because you're displacing all these people that created this good world, and now you're just wanting to screw it all up. Like you need to integrate into the society that we created over the last 5 years, not go back to exactly how it was.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
So then we got the John head not approve from Sam.
Yeah.
After that scene too. Then we can just talk about the rest of the Flake Smashers dying in the explosion or whatever. I just really liked how once they got escorted into the vehicle and the army guy said "One world, one people."
The dude's like, "Oh, cool, you're on my side."
Yeah, that was all fake. Just totally faked him. Just gave him fake hope, essentially.
Right,
just like,
exactly.
You'll get out of this. 3 seconds later, boom. Nope. That was awesome.
I totally forgot that was Zemo's butler.
I know.
Is that who that was?
Yeah, the guy who like met him at the plane and was like, "Oh, it's good to see you, sir.
It's
been so long.
Yeah.
We don't have any food in the galley." Well, if there's nothing warm, just give it to them.
But yeah, I totally forgot it was his butler, and the first thing that popped into my head was that it was Sharon's like lackey.
Oh, okay.
But then like when they cut to Zemo, I was like, "Oh, that was that guy."
Yeah. Which is cool that Zemo still has so much power from inside the raft.
Right?
From the raft.
Who's letting him get phone calls out?
Who's letting him listen to the radio?
Man.
Oh, probably.
Who's letting him listen to the radio? Like, I mean, I guess you have radios in prison, but like the most secure prison in the entire world underneath the ocean, you just have a radio playing? Like, okay.
True.
Or what security guard has his podcast playing in the background, you know?
I was actually watching TikTok a couple nights ago, and I saw people in prison like recording TikToks and stuff, and they had like
what?
They had like headphones and all kinds of stuff. So,
I don't know. It depends on what level of security.
That's what I'm saying. He's in
a maximum security prison.
He's the most secure prison in.
Keep in mind
ever.
for people who have like superpowers and stuff like that
right.
too.
Yeah.
Which he doesn't, and that's the best part. Which is probably why they let him have stuff like that.
Because
maybe, but
so
his superpower is like his intelligence and his like
and his
someone.
Connections.
Yeah, someone like that you don't give him information. If you take away information, you take away his superpower. So don't give him information.
Yeah, true.
But that's
also. I want to know where the raft is located. That a tiny little radio like that is picking up radio signals.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be a guard's like podcast or something. Anyways,
but why would it show the?
No, it was definitely the news.
But why would it show the radio?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know.
It was definitely the news because
so they have an antenna somewhere or a wire going from the mainland all the way up. The logistics of that radio just bugged me.
It's definitely not a shortwave radio.
How do you think satellites work?
I guess I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like, have you
have
ever
to have a satellite dish and that thing's under the water? Like,
no,
how is
it's technically above water?
Oh.
But
they
that's
show
why
the
it's called
outside,
the
half
raft.
of it's above water.
I thought the raft is out there, but then it like sinks in when they're secure, and then when they like are getting deliveries, they come back up. I thought
UPS is here.
I thought no.
If you see the shot, it's clearly
Stanley is a
half of it
FedEx agent.
I gotta watch. I gotta watch Civil War again. I guess.
Yeah.
I swear that.
Well, you get a shot of it in the Falcon.
I swear that it was rising out of the ocean, though. Maybe it was just the waves crashing.
It was the waves crashing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cooler if it's underneath the ocean. I'm just saying.
I'm sure half of it or most of it is. It's just like an iceberg. You only see the.
But like, even if you have a satellite, though, like, if you ever try to listen to the radio, like normal radio, and then drive like out of town, like
it gets fuzzy.
Yeah, it gets super fuzzy. It just cuts out.
Right.
Like, there's no way his tiny little radio, while he's on the raft, is picking up like news from like the nearest mainland.
So on to the next segment. Let's talk about
the radio has a helmet.
Jeez,
sorry,
so dumb. That's the dumbest thing.
This scene right there, I'm gonna just focus in on my visible displeasement. That's how I'm gonna edit it on one day.
Radio's a helmet.
Anyways, back to the next. So let's talk about Val giving John a new purpose.
It's the same, but just black.
And
what's taking him so long?
Wyatt Russell actually was very displeased with the costume too.
Really?
The black one?
Yeah, because he's like, it's literally the same thing as what I wore the whole season, except it's black and red.
He's like, funny that line's in there then.
Right. He's like, it's the same, but black.
That's the point though. Like, U.S. Agent is literally the same as Captain America.
I know. He was just hoping for something a little different because Sam's was not exact.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
On more than one level, though, which is what I like.
But I definitely think that Val is going to use John Walker as U.S. Agent to lead the Thunderbolts in some kind of capacity or something like that.
Something, yeah.
Because I
have a hard time seeing Zemo taking orders from U.S. agents.
Right.
We should do an episode of who we know is located in the raft or possibilities of who, because we know that Zemo's obviously there. We know that Ghost from Ant-Man is there or whatever, or Ant-Man 2 or whatever in the Wasp.
Yep.
She's there. And then possibly Abdominal could be there as well.
Abomination,
sorry.
Abdominal.
I'm stupid, okay? My abdominal muscles.
Who's the Hulk villain that has the big brain? The from the Incredible Hulk movie. Remember the serum was dripping on him and his brain started growing?
They don't deal with that.
No, I know, but what was that guy's name? Because I think he's still confirmed to be in the MCU.
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember.
It's like the Planner or something like that. I don't know, but yeah.
It's Megamind. It's Will Ferrell.
Yeah, some
blue suit.
Yeah.
So yeah, we see John get his confidence back. I'm back.
He's just sporting the weirdest go-to his wife's getting laid that night.
Okay. Anyways, let's get to a more deeper topic here, and we have Bucky confronting what's his name?
Nakajima.
Thank you, Nakajima, and finally tells the truth and just tells him that I was once the Winter Soldier and I murdered your son.
No joke, I had that written down. I didn't even wait to look at it like what was in his book.
Oh,
I just knew how it was spelled.
That it was crossed out?
No, like the name Nakajima. Like I didn't even have to like wait.
Nice.
So yeah, Bucky then leaves Steve's book with his therapist.
I was hoping for a little bit more
out.
like conclusion with that. Like I was hoping to see more of like an interaction, like instead
Between
of just
the two,
like
I know.
I murdered your son.
Did you notice how Zemo's name was crossed off too?
Mm.
That Zemo crossed it off for him.
Oh, oh yeah.
Sam and Isaiah scene. That's a pretty powerful scene at the end when Sam goes and confronts Isaiah after what happened on TV and stuff.
There was a lot of follow-up scenes in this. Every scene, like
it needed it though.
I know, but the one with Bucky, I'm like, they're not just gonna end it with this now, are they? And then the next scene, they're not just gonna stop there. What about and then the next scene? It's like
giving everyone closure.
At any point, it looked like they were gonna end it, and
You're just waiting for the credits to hit.
Yeah, I'm like, we got a couple more things we gotta follow up on here, guys.
No, I really enjoy that. Like, obviously not including the post-credit scene, but like the last thing you see is like that whole memorial like situation.
Oh yeah,
was so good.
I stopped and read that. It was.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I paused it and read it, and it's basically saying like, just told him the entire story that we know. Like he was a super soldier that was tested on and stuff like that for 30 years, and the U.S. government like tried to cover him up and stuff like that because of racial tensions and stuff like that. And then, yeah, it was just pretty powerful.
Yeah, I mean, I like stuff like that. Even in our real world, like there is some situations with the whole tearing down statues and all that stuff. It's like, all right, well, but I do like adding these other stories. There's so much in the past that happened that we just don't know about, or you don't learn about, or historically haven't learned about in school. And the
museum trip.
I want to go to the Smithsonian.
I want to see some dinosaur bones so bad. I don't know why. I've had this like.
I need to plan a trip to the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
That's
the one in DC, right?
Yeah, it's on my bucket list.
And they're all free.
What?
They're all free.
The Smithsonian is free?
Yeah, you can go to any museum for free.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, they take donations.
Yeah, it's donations, but you can just go in there, any one of those museums. There's like a couple of them.
Yeah, I'm New York. Some plane tickets.
I know. You can just get a hotel out there. That's a hotel and travel out there is all you really need.
Nice. And food.
Yeah, food, I guess. But
and souvenirs.
No, I'm gonna say nothing but it's gonna be nothing but ramen all week, just so I can afford the souvenirs.
Let's see. Yeah, so I like the dialogue that Sam gave to Isaiah. Like, we will never forget. Like, like no one will ever forget now. Like what you did for this country and what you sacrificed.
Right.
Which kind of hits hard. And I just like the way that Isaiah looked at Sam. Just for everything he's done for him specifically, I guess. Cause, in a way, he is doing it for Isaiah, too.
Yeah. Well, doesn't he have a line about that now or later where he's like maybe it was in the previous
episode where he's like,
I can't change any of this stuff, but it's up to me to use, or how does he say it? I need to stand on the pain and all the bad stuff that happened. Like, we need to grow from that. So, like, I can't just live in that. I need to...
Right, and he can't, like... just throw away all the sacrifice and pain that he went through if I'm not going to keep fighting for it.
Right.
Like, what's the point if I'm not willing to keep fighting for it?
Yeah.
So, and I like how Sam was just, like, so willing, just, like, when he's talking to Isaiah at his house, like I might even die. Being Cap, like, and I got to be okay with that at any time. Because he's okay with not wearing a helmet.
Living on the edge.
Living on the edge. But anyways, let's talk about that end closing scene. Kind of already did, but Sharon gets her pardon, and then she's getting full access to secrets and prototype weapons. So Madripoor is about to become a whole lot more crazier.
When he was like, oh yeah, here's a pardon. Oh, by the way, we also have a job for you if you want it. Still,
I know.
It's like,
so not only are you pardoned, but we're going to bring you totally into all of our secrets, and
we don't know what you've been doing for the last 7-8 years.
Yeah,
but We're gonna give you full access to everything.
If you want, we're gonna
no background
you're gonna
checks.
run Area 51.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Deal. But she's really putting a tainted mark on the Carter name.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
everything her aunt did.
What's that series that's coming out with the Iron Man? The
Ironheart.
Ironheart. And like this is completely leading into that. I mean, all the tech and things. That
Iron Wars too, I think it is.
Yeah, all the
Armor Wars.
Armor Wars.
That's what it is. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
But there is Ironheart, which I think is just some other.
I mean, if you had
Ironheart for the comics is supposed to be a college age girl who like takes on the Iron Man mantle.
But yeah, if you had a dozen people with just Sam's wingsuits, like you'd have some pretty crazy super soldiers out there, you know.
Luckily, his is vibranium.
Yeah.
But I think we should talk about that Captain America 4 got announced the day of the finale.
Really?
You didn't hear about that?
No,
I didn't either.
What? That's crazy. Wow.
On Friday, they announced that Captain America 4 is going to be happening.
So Sam's going to get his own movie?
Sam's getting his own movie.
That's pretty cool.
Ooh. So obviously we're going to see...
Helmets? Sorry, I'm done.
Obviously we're going to see Sam dealing with... I think that movie's going to deal with Sam coming head-to-head and finding out that Sharon is the power broker.
Right.
Because I think that she's, more importantly, going to be the main villain in this new Captain America storyline, however they're going with it. But obviously they had to have some kind of beginning conflict to kind of show the true villain.
And transfer from Steve to a new
character. Right. They had to show how he gets the mantle and how he's going to handle the mantle. And now we got to see how he does with the mantle now.
Right.
So nothing's been cast or nothing like that. It was just Captain America 4 is happening. That was released by Marvel. So.
That's cool.
Exciting.
Well,
I think that's all I got.
I think that's all we got for Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I don't know if there's any other series. I mean, the next series we're doing is Loki, so there's not any more of this one. So,
legit question for both of you: what was your actual favorite part of this series, though?
The last episode.
Yeah, I would say honestly, probably seeing Sam in the cap suit.
Really?
That you guys downgraded so much.
I liked how it wasn't perfect, but it was just skating the line of all the stuff that's happening in our world right now with all the protests and right versus left and all this stuff. And it skated that line really well, and it just did a whole bunch of different things. And not this ending episode. This is just a wrap-up episode, but the episode 5 was the culmination of it. Even though there was not much happening, it was just all kind of dialogue, but working through all these problems and just thinking about it and talking about it, opening up that conversation, not only in the episode, but just even between us and just, I don't know, I really think that more people need to watch this show just because it gets you to think about different sides and different perspectives and realize that we're literally all in this together. There's no reason to kill people or burn buildings and just all this stuff, or be completely calloused and not realize that there's people who live completely differently than you are. I don't know.
No, I would agree with that, because that's probably one of what I love most about the Captain America movies and especially with this series is because Cap is besides the serum, he's a normal guy.
Yeah.
So those the movies in this series get way more personal and into people's lives and how it affects them and forces you to think differently.
Right. Yeah. Every time Marvel does something like this, I'm like, oh, they did it again. Whenever they have a series or a show or something that is culturally relevant to what's going on in the world, and they do it very well. I mean, they've done it half a dozen times already, and it's man, good job, Marvel. Yeah. Right? I really appreciate and respect some creators who can do something like that and not be divisive or not be just passive, but just skate that line perfectly.
And the nice part about this season is the rewatchability of it. Even a couple of years down the line, I would have no problem rewatching it and still being absolutely in love with it. WandaVision was a little bit different because WandaVision
was this mystery.
They pushed the boundaries, but after you watch it, like, it kind of loses some of that magic.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like a mystery. It's like Knives Out is an awesome movie, but I'm like,
I still have to watch it.
Oh, really? But, like, once you see it, you're like, oh, I mean, it was good, but it's a mystery show, so, like, you know what the mystery is, so
right.
It's not as cool watching it, but I haven't watched WandaVision again yet, just all the way through, but I could totally see myself just sitting down and watching through Falcon and Winter Soldier, because it's just fun. Right? I mean, it's a straightforward story. Mm-hmm. You kind of know what's going to happen in the end, sort of. Like, everyone's going to come together and whatever, but...
I think the one thing that differs was when Paul Bettany kind of ruined WandaVision.
With all the mystery stuff.
Well,
or
just with the quote of him saying that everything... in the show matters. Every background, every dialogue, everything. Like, everything has some kind of connection to something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that got fans way too overthinking about things.
Yeah. Which is
fine. Which is fun. And
that's
awesome.
what that show was. You know. But then when it's done, you're just like, oh, yeah, that's what it all meant. And we know now.
Right.
Like, the fun
it's
of that
show is the mystery. It's also tough when every episode has, like, 70 Easter eggs.
Right.
I think the reason why we like Falcon and the Winter Soldier better is because we didn't get the final answer of, like, what the show is actually about, like as far as the in-world and stuff, because like obviously the show is about Sam taking the mantle of Cap, but like we were saying, like what is actually going on in the world, I guess, more or less.
It builds the MCU up better,
right,
than just like.
Because
here's something that like is taken literally out of reality,
right,
and like doesn't affect the world.
It only
as
affects
much.
this one little spot.
They're both
opposed
very,
to
very good.
This show affects the entire world.
Thank you guys for watching. If you want to be a Phandom Knight yourself, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and listen to our podcasts on Apple and Spotify. Thank you guys for joining us. And how do we end Captain America and the Winter Soldier? Oh yeah, that was the coolest part too. The end of this series, it said Captain America and the Winter Soldier, not Falcon. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, bravo, guys.
I liked it, and I didn't like it.
Really?
I really wish they would have changed Bucky's name to either two of things.
Oh,
because he went through
he's not the Winter
growth
Soldier
too.
anymore.
Right. Because he's not that darkness anymore.
Yeah.
He's found this new light. So I wish they would have done either Sergeant Barnes, like some people call him, or the White Wolf. And
Dude,
Marcus,
that would have been so cool.
I think Marcus is his name, or Marcus Spellman, who's the writer for this show, said that he did want to do Captain America and the White Wolf as one of, as for the end credit scene, but Marvel or Kevin Feige was like, nah, that's a little.
I understand
too
why they
much. Wouldn't
want white in there or something like that.
Well, I think changing
Black Falcon and the White Wolf.
All right, we're not gonna get riots for this.
I just like that it switched from Falcon to Captain America. The Winter Soldier thing would have been cool, but they would have had to build it up a little bit more throughout the series to a different name.
And this show is more about Sam than it is Bucky. I mean, Bucky's.
But I mean, this show is about all sorts of different things, and it was about in one part the Winter Soldier accepting who he is and all the past stuff that he did and making amends for it, and so. I feel like he can still be the Winter Soldier, but he's like a redeemed version of that. You know what I mean? Which is,
I think he wanted.
Thinking about this,
the only reason
he would
I
want to get rid of that mantle.
Yeah, the only reason I can't think about that is because I compare that to like Anakin and Darth Vader. Like once you destroy Darth Vader, like you don't go back, or once you destroy Anakin, it's super hard to come back.
But I think that's kind of what the
super catalyst to bring it back, like Luke was for him.
But I think that's what the purpose of the show, in a way, was. Here's all of America's past, like all this crazy stuff that happened and whatever, and we still have to be a country with that. We're still America. So, like,
but
he's the Winter Soldier with all his crazy past and all that stuff, but he still has to be.
But, like, if you take into account, like, when Bucky goes back to see Nakajima, like, he's like, I need to tell you about your son, like, he was murdered. And he's like, by who? And he's like, the Winter Soldier. He didn't say me.
No, he did. He said the Winter Soldier.
He said the Winter Soldier, and that was me. Yeah, he did.
Was but still, like.
Yeah.
But he said that was me. Because he's like, that was me.
Like he's getting past that.
Well, the next series we're gonna get is Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and then it's gonna switch his name at the end, and it'll be fun.
Hopefully, season 2 would be cool.
Yeah.
A second season of this would be amazing.
I would love it. Yeah. Yeah. With them just all right. Now we're just full on buddy cop mode.
Right.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
God bless America.